to kick every episode off by going around the table, which is where we talk about the fun times that we've had the week up to this.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what we do.
That's what we do. So I stand by that. Luke, you look happy.
Okay, good.
So let's talk to you about what makes you so happy,
The ruse
because then
is
maybe it'll
working.
make us happy.
No, you know what? I haven't really been doing much. I've been working a lot, trying to get ready for crop coming up next week. I have a half week next week, so I'm trying to cram everything in and get done with all my stuffs.
To be clear, from when this releases, crop is 2 days away.
Well, yeah, but peek behind the curtain, we record early.
Speaking of which, how was your Easter?
It was great. I had a lot of things that I bought for my children.
Nice.
Well, you don't buy stuff on Easter, except eggs.
Okay.
We always bought 2 dozen eggs every Easter, and then we would just eat them throughout the day. We would do
Scrambled eggs for breakfast.
We did raw eggs for like a protein shake, scrambled for breakfast, over easy for lunch, hard boiled for a snack. And dinner we would do
Fried eggs.
No.
Then you guys
dinner-
would head to the gym.
No, what are
And
they called?
the
when
family
you, like,
that works out
scramble
together
you basically
is,
take the egg insides and you
parboiled.
scramble them up, and then you put them back in the egg.
Mm.
Oh, that's called being a crazy idiot. I've never heard of somebody scrambling eggs and then putting it back.
No, you do. You create this mayonnaise concoction. It's
Oh, no.
yellow.
No,
and then
no.
you put it
Deviled
in
eggs?
Thank the
Oh
Lord! I
my
couldn't
gosh,
think of that.
that is not. No,
I was
no,
picturing
no.
putting scrambled eggs like into the egg shell.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
what are you talking
why
about?
Would you do you see why I thought you were crazy?
Yeah, I was there
Well, why
too.
wouldn't you do that? It's like it'd be an egg boat.
Yeah. Egg boat.
Cool. So my week consisted of eggs. No, I didn't really do much. I've just been working, but I did start watching a show.
I realize there's more to deviled eggs than that.
Okay,
Someone right now is about to tweet me a recipe
it's
for
mayonnaise,
deviled eggs.
mustard, pickle juice, and paprika. That's all it is.
It's No, it's different. It's not
No.
mustard if you're down south.
Well, South is stupid.
It's ketchup.
Ugh.
You just got yourself in a world of hurt, sir.
No, that's fine. It's an opinion. I'm allowed to say whatever I want.
Not
Yeah.
here, you're not.
Okay,
This is America.
cool. I'm gonna mark this real quick here. It's gonna work it. Okay.
Momo like this.
I got it marked. All right.
Momos will
No,
like
so
this.
I started watching a new show, new to me. It's in its second season, the Santa Clarita Diet. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. I've been toying with the idea to
Yeah.
watch it.
So it
With
is.
with Raylan.
What?
He's Raylan in Justified.
He's the
I
guy.
realize
He's
he's
the
not.
guy who
yeah.
made up deviled eggs.
It's Drew Barrymore and Timothy Oliphant are the main
Who
characters. They're
plays
husband and wife. And what happens is Sheila, Drew Barrymore's character, something happens to her, and all of a sudden she needs to eat people. And it's just the story of how, living in a suburban neighborhood, they accomplish that. They're both
'Cause
realtors.
she's like a zombie. She's like kind of technically dead.
Yeah, she's undead technically. It's good. It's funny. It's one of those like shows that you watch because you just want to see how it happens. Like nothing is like surprising, or there's like random. I don't know. It like both of their neighbors on each side are cops, so it's like it's just I don't know. It's
Is she the main reason for the show?
what do you mean?
Because okay, so here's what I mean by that. Any movie I've ever watched with her that I liked, she's a main character certainly, but she plays second fiddle to an Adam Sandler type. You know what I mean? Who
Yeah.
steals the
Yeah. No, she's the main character for sure.
All right.
But so far, I'm in first season still, and there's 2 seasons, so I don't know how it evolves. But so far, her and Timothy Oliphant's character, Joel, her husband, they're together in everything. Like they're both realtors. They work together. They sell houses together. they're like high school sweethearts, and now it's like he's like, I'll do anything for you, and blah blah blah. It's like, so it's hard to tell because it feels like they're both together all the time, so they're both main characters, you know. So to answer your question, it's kind of hard to tell. Like, she's predominant, but so is he. So
Okay. All right.
but it's funny. It's funny. It's a little predictable, but I like it. I like zombie stuff. So that's it.
right.
Other than that, I mean, man, we have a humdinger for Thursday, and I'm ready to talk about that. So,
Yup.
Patrick, what is your week time?
Timothy Oliphant. He is.
He never
stunning.
forgets. And Oliphant never forgets.
That's true. I like the guy. I just a lot.
You're really
That's
proud of that.
That's what I want you to know about him.
Andrew's super proud of it.
Yeah, if you're watching video right now, you'll see him pat himself on the back. That's not enough to get me to watch the video. So that's not a sell.
That is a sale.
That was better than your elephant joke.
2 new shows. So TV is coming back. I mean, I'm holding this in my hand. TV's coming back. We had downtime because we had like all these series ended.
Wait, what's downtime? I haven't seen that.
Downtime Abbey? We've had
Downtime Abbey.
January, February, and
Wait, is that like the Lifetime version of The Deuce?
I'm just trying to imagine what a Lifetime version of Deuce would be like. That's all. I am very intrigued. I would watch it.
Downtime Abbey.
So anyway, we just
know.
January and February have been very weak, and we've been waiting for stuff to come back. There's some, we have Westworld coming out next month. We have Handmaid's Tale coming out next month, and then this month we got a return of Silicon Valley, which was a really great first episode. Now, again, I said this at the end of last year that we need some changes to actually stick because it seems like every year is this cycle of we're starting from the bottom, working our way up, losing it all at the last minute. That way next year we can start at the bottom again. So
There's
we're
definitely
now,
a pattern.
Here's the thing, though.
Yes.
It's working.
Well, here's the thing. For me, it needs to change this season. So
Are you
I'm
going to
still
stop
on
watching
board.
if it doesn't?
That's not the point today.
I'm just
You need to ask me that question
taking a
in 10
pretty
weeks.
heavy stance right now, seemingly.
But he did say this before, and I
I'm a
would
heavy
agree.
stander.
It gets a little tired, but at the same time, by the time you're separated from these characters long enough, you forget and you just want to be in front of the characters again.
It's true.
You just want to laugh at Jared again. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So hopefully something will stick this year. Now, what we also got is we got a new show called Barry. So Barry is Bill Hader's the lead in that, and it follows so he's a proficient hitman.
He's a depressed proficient hitman.
Depressed proficient hitman. So and it follows him. The first episode we go on. We get to follow along for one of his hits, and then we also get to kind of see this spark of spark of a new identity kind of take hold. So I don't think I've told this story on the show before, but you may have read it. Bill Hader actually struggles a lot with panic attacks. And freaking out before he has to go on stage. This happened a lot on SNL, where he would just before he was going to walk out in front of people. And panic attack may be too strong of a word, but it also might not be. But before he's going to walk out with people, he would freak out a lot because he doesn't want to mess up and all those type of things. And so the comment was made at some point that the thing that he loved was killing him because it was very, very tough to overcome this constant fear, but it was necessary in order to do the thing that he loved. And so the idea for Barry follows along the same lines. That's what I'm trying to say. With the idea being that I know it follows the same long. Luke's gonna clean this up. The idea with Barry is that he's a hitman, and in order to be good at that job, you have to be cold. You can't be an empathetic person, right? You have to be able to keep distance from people. You definitely don't need to be emotive. You need to be someone that stays in the shadows. Those are all things that are necessary. In order to be good on stage when it comes to theater, you have to be big and expressive and like really get in touch with your true self and like express that. And so in order,
It's like the antithesis of it.
yes, and so in order to get better at theater, you have to make yourself worse at being a hitman. And so the idea with Barry is that the thing he loves will be the thing that ultimately kills him. Very literally in this case. And so that is what spurred this idea with Bill Hader and has now led to this show. And so again, in the first episode, we get to follow along on one of these hits, and we get to see this, fall into this idea of acting, and we get to see the seed of that really take hold. Have either of y'all seen the first episode?
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I have.
I love the show. I mean,
Did you love it from the get, or did you have to warm to it?
Bill Hader is someone that I would put on my list of just someone that I find enthralling, even if they're doing nothing.
Yeah, you're in. Anytime he's on the screen, you're in.
Sure. So I can admit that realistically, the last, certainly like you start to get the drama pun. You start to feel the tension once you get about 60% of the way into the episode, and just the last like 4 minutes is just awesome. I actually replayed it and watched it a couple of times.
I would say that I agree. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And as an overall, I thought it was amazing. I thought the show was really unique and cool. But like the first half hour of the show, it's an hour-long episode, right?
Maybe. It didn't feel like an hour if it was. So
okay, well, I'll say that the first half of the episode felt like it was a slow start for me. But then some of what they were setting up in the beginning with showing how he's depressed and showing how he feels, that was necessary for me to understand what this character is going to go through for the rest of the season or for the rest of the run of the show. But the first, you do kind of have to get through the first half of the episode, and then the writing is really smart. Henry Winkler is killing it in this show.
I love his role so much.
But yeah, I agree. The last few minutes of it were like, just don't shoot at me, or what is he like? Don't just put the gun down. Just put the gun, and then when it is just good. It's good.
So anyway, I definitely highly recommend watching the first episode. I have no doubt that I'll be sticking with this season, and it's great. I feel like I'm engaged again. Something's got me hooked, and we're only a few weeks from Westworld. We're only a few weeks from Handmaid's Tale, so. I'm just going to have to stop the podcast for all of April, May, and June, and then I'll come back.
When you'll actually have stuff to talk about?
Yes, because I'll be busy thinking about it to myself, selfishly. So last thing, real quick, spit the day today with Adam Rourke. He's a cool guy, incredibly talented designer. And Adam, from me to you, I'm going to solve that mystery. And once I solve it, I'll talk about it, but I'm going to solve that mystery.
You know what? Luke will too.
No,
given
I don't have
no
time.
more information, than what Patrick just said, Luke's going to solve that mystery.
I don't have time.
By Thursday.
Nope, I don't have time.
There we go. All right, Andrew, did you go?
All right. No, I don't think so.
My bad.
I have a bunch of stuff, so I'm just going to kind of rapid fire through it. It's been I've been playing catch up on some stuff because it's been nuts. I've alluded to that several times. And one of these days I'll talk about how crazy it's been. But got a lot of fun things. And one of the things is I spent a lot of time at the movie theaters over the last couple of weeks. And I'll talk about some of that during my master category. But a couple things came out this week that are super fun. A few weeks ago, the Jurassic Park is celebrating its 25th anniversary. And so Funko is doing all of these different figures. And so I picked up this guy.
Newman.
You didn't say the magic word. He's great. His glasses are great. I'm more and more
Does he have a Barbasol can?
Yep, he's holding a Barbasol can. And then I got a Velociraptor, who is super cute.
The eyes are terrifying.
It's super cute. And then unrelated to Jurassic Park, I got this Baby Groot bobble.
Nice.
I hate the bobbles. Can I just say that? I wanna modify it because look, you can see like this. You can see it. It's not great. I want to modify it where I take the bobble, like the thing off. Yeah. And and just make it like a just straight up, fix to it. I don't know how to do that. Maybe Luke, you can tell me how. Maybe just jam some clay up in there or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's like mid-size Groot.
That one's from Loot Crate, right?
Yeah, special edition.
That was the Loot Crate special because he has the clear, like the acrylic hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Maxima to your Ultima.
Yeah. This one's the baby Groot. The teenage Groot will be coming out shortly within Infinity War. So I got those guys. I got some pops. They're nothing to write home about, but they're fun. And they were on sale at GameStop. It was like 3 for $30, which they're normally like $12 to $14 a piece. I got this. I had no desire to get this initially, but I'll show you why I got it. I got this game, Detective Pikachu, for Nintendo 3DS. Right?
No, you're wrong.
I got it. What?
Ugh.
I got it for Cooper. This game is weird.
I was out when I saw the commercial. Like, it's just so corny.
Well, have you ever played the game? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on it. It's the courtroom one. It was really, really popular several years ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember right now. It plays a little bit like that, where you have to go like find clues but Pikachu talks.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And the lady at GameStop was telling me that there was a petition to try to get Danny DeVito to do the voice of Pikachu, and when he didn't end up doing the voice of Pikachu, they got someone to impersonate Danny DeVito doing the voice of Pikachu. It's very, very interesting. But here's why I got it. Cooper wanted it. He wanted it anyway. But here's why I got it. They have an amiibo that they released with it, and I love the amiibos because they're very functional. They're very cool. But this is the very first amiibo they did that was different. They did a large scale amiibo. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get you guys to see the detail. The guys on the internet are seeing it really, really well. But the base has a map of the area that he's on.
Does it help you in the game?
Yeah, it helps you. The amiibo gives you.
Does the map?
Oh, probably. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. Cooper's been playing it. But you see his hat, the detail, the like incredible detail.
No, it looks good. Yeah.
In his like Sherlock Holmes hat. The paint job is impeccable. The sculpt is great. Anyway, like I wanted this guy on my shelf, and I thought I should probably get the game so Cooper can play with it.
I
so
just
it's
don't like that
functional.
voice for Pikachu. Like, I think that's what turned me off so much. It's so dumb.
It's really strange to me. But only you can hear it if you're his trainer. Everyone else just hears Pikachu.
I know.
Whatever. I'm not defending it. I'm just telling you. 2 more things I want to talk about. No, 3. I don't know if I showed you guys. I know I showed you guys this, but I don't know if I showed the podcast listeners this. Our buddy Tom Whalen designed a piece for Franklin Barbecue, which we've talked about on the show. Towards the middle end of last year, Franklin had a fire and part of their smokehouse burned down, and so they were kind of out for a while. But when they came back after they rebuilt everything, they commissioned Tom Whalen to do artwork for it, and they made a pin of it. And so
I regret not getting that pin.
I do too.
First of all, it's really big. It's rad, but there's a phoenix coming up, like the fire coming up behind Franklin. And then on the pin itself, it has the logo. It says Franklin, and then it says established 2009, reborn 2017.
Nice.
It's really, really good. And there's like brisket and ribs and sausage on the grill, like in front of him. So good work, Tom. That's when you pair Tom Whalen and Amazing Barbecue together, you're not gonna fail. And on the pin front, I'll leave this other thing. I got this, and there's a saga that went along with getting this, the Star Wars The Last Jedi Blu-ray. What?
I see what you did. A saga.
But
you get it? This
is the third version of this that I've purchased.
Okay.
Without the same exact one, without having purchased any other. I've returned it, and I'll tell you guys off air. It's ridiculous. But we got some stuff in the mail today that we're excited about, and I wanted to show you guys. This is what we've been preparing for our conferences with. I'll show you one of the things, actually. We'll be giving away if you come to the conferences and you sit in one of our hot seats, we give away pins.
Yeah.
We have hot seat specific pins that you only get if you sit down and do an interview.
Yep.
We have a new colorway because we've run out of our other ones. Our other ones were black. These new ones are a fun pop of color. So if you are going to see us in the next couple of weeks when we're at these different live events, come sit down and talk to us on air and you'll get one of these special
and
pins.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We are going to have a link somewhere to sign up. If you are going, you can sign up for a time.
Yeah, we do. We actually already have that for Crop.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have that for Creative South or that we even will. I don't know how that is going to work, but we'll talk more about that. Stay tuned to our social media.
Yeah. If you want to get in the hot seat, just make sure you're following on social media and you'll see how to do that.
Yeah. And then this is the one that I'm really excited about. We saw some pins at Disney that kind of inspired us. Like, how do they do that? We researched how to do it, and so we got some new pins made. And if you've ever gotten one of our pins, you know it's always been kind of the circular logo. But we've revisited our mark towards the end of last year, and so we have these new pins. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on it. The color, it doesn't really show up very well on here, but it's a purple, like a translucent purple with a subtle texture at the back of it, and it's the what we've dubbed the word bubble logo, and I'm really excited about these pins. They look great. They have a clear coat. Yeah. They're die pressed, and then they have a clear coat on top of them with the translucent enamel. So there's like three different. Yeah, so there's like 3 different techniques happening to make these pins look the way they do. They have so much depth, and they're beautiful. So I'm excited. If you're going to be at any of those events, you can pick those up, and we'll probably put a link up to buy them. If we have any left after our events are done, we'll probably put a link up, and we'll tell you about that when you can. But those came in today, and I'm super stoked for it. All right, I think that's it. We've talked enough about our weeks. Let's talk about some stuff that you can have fun with in our master categories. You can find links to everything that we just talked about in the space below this video. Click on the stuff and go to the places. That's what you do with links, I guess, right?
Yeah.
If that's news to you,
you're doing the internet wrong.
Yeah. But like we said, we have these events coming up. If you haven't already purchased your tickets, it's probably too late, but you never know. Make sure especially if you're in the area, try to hit us up. Yeah. We're going to do some meetups and stuff while we're there too. So even if you can't come to the conference, but you're in the Baton Rouge area or you're in the Columbus, Georgia area, come hang out. We'll do lunch, and we've got some fun swag, some new pins and stickers and things. So come hang out with us. I know there's a ton of you listeners who are going to be there, so we want you to have as many of you as we can. You can support the show on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/M1podcast. You can support the show by liking, subscribing, following, sharing, commenting, all those things. You know what to do. And I don't know, social media. We're on M of One Podcast everywhere.
That's true.
Slack, if you want to join the conversation, go to mofonepodcast.com/Slack. If you want to see an archive full of really fun, cool stuff, just go to mofonepodcast.com/archive. That's really it. I don't think we're going to get out of this part of the episode. I'm Andrew.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Luke.
Peace out.
Bye.
Butts.